I'm ready. Yeah.
We are recording. It is the first few seconds of, and you have not heard this name yet, Live, Laugh, Love. Live, Laff, Love. Live, Laugh, Love. Working title. There are some other titles that I've thought of, like A Day in the Laugh, and I am open to any
I
any
think it's
better
perfect.
names. Live, Laugh, Love. Right there. Laugh. Uh,
I
I'm
forgot I got that back into your hands. Thank God it's not in my garage
I
anymore.
know. I was just noticing that there are like 3 or 4 years missing off of it as well.
We'll
It's
get
like
them.
17 to 22, and I think it's like Sam McGuire is one of them. And who else did we have as like a 1 year person?
Uh, Bryce.
Bryce
Bryce
was
was
a 2 year.
okay.
But did he ever lose?
I can't remember.
I can't. Oh well, we have it in the legacy. I can always
We
look that.
do.
But this is, and we'll figure it out. But if people have not read the description for this video, or however Chris and I end up putting this out, this is the first video of what is going to be a weekly video podcast for our team or our league, Lured Alumni Fantasy Football, so that we can trash talk and shit on each other just a little bit more every week. And I think it's going to be a ton of fun. What do you think, Chris?
I'm excited. I think this is a fantastic idea, Tim. Gets
Thank
us
you.
kind of communicating in a way that we haven't been able to in the past. I
Yeah.
think it's a good idea. Well done.
Every person will end up getting to have a platform. You don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after. I'll probably try to start hitting people up to schedule them out so that they know sometime around when waivers hit and stuff like that that we'll be doing a like this exactly, hopefully under an hour, and just kind of chatting. If it goes way longer or way shorter, that's just fine. But it's just fun. So let's start it out. First of all, we usually are going to do a recap of last week, but right now, the biggest article on earth just dropped, and there is some hot heat in this thing. It was written by our own Chris Strife. Chris, what did
There's
you write?
there's some hot takes in there. This is commissioner draft grades. I do this segment every year. Um, you'll notice that I'm usually on top. I call me biased. I don't know. I think I draft the best team every year. Um, I'm seeing a pattern of Nick Scudamore starting to get that F, but Tim and I were talking about this before we got on. God, those draft grades. One of the years that Nick probably got the worst draft grade according to ESPN. Not even
I
my
They may
my
have
draft
given him
grade.
negative points that year.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was one of the years he won. So I mean, don't put too much stake into this, guys.
I think it was 6 running backs in a row, like
It-
pick one
yep.
through pick six, and
And
we're all
one of
looking
them,
at
I
each other
think, was
like, did he
like,
have a stroke?
yeah, I think one of them was like AP, like coming back from an ACL injury. Like it was, we were all laughing at him. And then, I mean, he won like 11 games in a row. And
Dude, it was impressive because everyone else, I remember when your running back went down in week 1 or week 2, there's Nick Scudamore ready for a trade. There he is with
yeah,
all of the heat, all of the
we,
running backs ready to go.
I mean, even for an owner like Nick, who's won this thing twice, right? I
Twice.
mean, I feel like he still doesn't get the credit that he deserves here.
That is true.
I mean,
I feel like he is too humble and doesn't brag about it enough and put it in enough people's faces, and they just feel like he's the laid back dude that he is, but he is ready to pounce at any minute.
right? He's like you said, he's a humble guy. He's like the
He's a humble guy.
opposite of the Strife brothers, right? Me and John every year
Yeah.
think we have the best team. I mean, and we'll live and die by that. I mean, you'd
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
hard time talking me into anything else.
I think there was another hot take in here that had to do with it was as if the Aflac duck and Fonzie the bear were actually in the room with us singing in imperfect harmony.
Did you like that? That's the best way I could describe it.
I actually started reading it and saw that my name came up, and Molly was sitting next to me. And I go, "Babe, I can't even read this. It's gonna be so funny that I want to hear it from someone else instead of myself, like it was like stand up comedy." And so she did, and I almost cried. It was so perfect. It was so good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that there is video proof of that, and it's not like it. I think that's
that
actually complimentary.
Somewhere. I don't know that it ever made it to the group chat, but someone had it.
The way that you described it is actually complimentary compared to what it's actually going to sound like. It's going to be like the new brown note. You just put that out there, and people will shit their pants.
I mean, it was. I'm trying to find the adjectives that would like accurately describe what happened in my kitchen that day, and haunting comes to mind.
Someone gives me a stuffed eagle, and I'm gonna go.
It was a rendition like we've never heard. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm completely tone deaf, and like have zero singing ability whatsoever. So I was actually super stoked to do it. It was my first time ever having to. It was my first time getting last, and I highly recommend it. One time in your life, get last so that you can be a flower girl and you can sing.
Worst to first journey starts now, Tim.
That's right. So I wanted to get your take on in this because it's fresh to you. What do you think is your actual like least favorite pick that was in here, and what is your favorite pick that was in here? Because you do this great like least favorite and favorite pick after the little like paragraph. What was your actual least favorite and your favorite?
My least fit for my team, or just in
across
general?
Across the board. Just what are a couple that stand out? Not even having to look at it, they're just like, I remember that one, and that is one that I
remember being awfully upset that you got DJ Moore. I really liked DJ Moore this year.
I'm all in about Carolina right now.
Yeah, and Baker Mayfield's better than people give him credit for. So
I think so.
Yeah. As far as worst, Michael Pittman in the second really made me take pause by Nick Scudamore there. I'm just not a big Michael Pittman fan. I know he's good. I know he's a big body receiver. He's on an okay offense. I'm not a Michael Pittman fan. I felt like there were better wide receivers on the board by then. I don't know.
I have, I wonder, did I take, I think I skipped over Michael Pittman to take, no, if he was taken in the second, I was the last pick in the second and the first pick in the third because I traded for those. And I think I got, what is his name? Here, I'm looking it up right now. But Keenan Allen.
Oh, I love Keenan Allen.
I know. I love him too, but there was actually trade, like, kind of things happening where I almost traded him for Michael Pittman. So I am a big Michael Pittman fan. And if you want to make a side bet, a year-long side bet to that, an under-over of Michael Pittman, would you do it right now?
What would you set it at? I'd have to know that.
What do you think is fair? What do you think? Like, you're out
800 yards. 800 yards, I feel like. How 800 yards and like 5 touchdowns.
I was just going to say 805. I'll take the over on 8 and 5. Yeah?
Put me on the spot on a Zoom call.
I'll give you an extra 50 yards. 850 and 5. You got to take it.
Let's do 900.
Okay, 905. I think he's going to go over 1,000. I'll give you 900.
Okay. I mean, he's the best receiver they have. I mean, one of those guys is probably going to get
it's whether or not Matt Ryan can throw the ball. Yeah. Which I think he can, but, who knows? There it is. First one, 905, Michael Pittman. It's going on the board. Right there. New tradition started. That is a year-long. We'll say regular at the end of the regular season. We'll have those numbers.
Right.
That's awesome. And who's your favorite pick of the draft, both for your own team and just overall?
This is easy, Tim. Saquon Barkley.
You are all about him. I think he's going to be hurt like week 3.
No way. No. Have you seen his quads? I don't know
No.
if he's capable of getting hurt.
He did get hurt.
Not well. I mean, it was bad luck.
That is true. He is a freak of nature, and he's probably now 23, 24.
He's young. I bet he's like 25. He's like mid-20s. Still in his prime.
Yeah. So the next segment on our usual week would be trades and pickups of the week. We don't really have any of those for right now. And so I'm going to skip over that, and we are going to go to a commercial break and thank our sponsors that are allowing us to do this and keeping the lights on. We are thanking Salt. Salt, the delicious, savory bit that you put on your food that helps you to make things not suck as much. Is your food really bad right now? Salt. Salt is the answer. Brought to you by Salt. Okay, guest lineup and matchup. Do you have it up, Chris?
I can get it up. Yeah.
So, what is your lineup for the week?
So I'm playing Luke this week. Luke is a really good team too. I think myself, Luke, and Dan have the 3 best teams. Hot take there.
Hot take.
I'm not happy to be playing Luke. Luke's got a good team. He's got Najee. Let's take a look at this here. I'll pull it up. I do think I'm going to beat him just because I have upside where he doesn't. Just with Saquon and Jonathan Taylor. I really like his Chris Godwin pickup. Gabriel Davis is going to be a stud for him. I wrote a little bit about this in my draft report card. I do think that we're probably going to have the highest scoring matchup of the week. With myself maybe eking it out by just a couple of points. Like I said, I think this is going to be a matchup to watch.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think that you guys both, know
we're projected to tie.
Yeah,
we're projected insane. 122 to 122.
It's insane. It is a great matchup, which is one of the reasons why I thought it was a great time to have you on. But also, you had just written that amazing article, and it was just too good not to have you on and be able to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, who do you think right now, week 1? Oh, no, sorry, I forgot. What do you have against Trey Lance?
Here's the thing. Carson Wentz went to North Dakota.
He did.
Trey Lance went to North Dakota. Those guys don't have. They're told they're the best thing since sliced bread because they're in North Dakota. I don't know that I trust the competition there. I think they look really good because they were in a bad conference.
They are kind of big fish, small pond type people.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it. I'm not a Trey Lance believer. Not really a Carson Wentz believer. Though Carson Wentz did have like an MVP season like 4 years ago,
and now he's basically done.
Well, I need him to be good for a little bit longer. I have his boy Terry McLaurin over there that he'll be throwing too. So
Scary Terry, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping for good things out of Carson Wentz. I mean, we saw a little bit of Trey Lance last year, and I wasn't real impressed. I mean, I thought the rushing yards would be there more than they were.
That is the one thing that I'm worried about is if those aren't there. That's what I'm banking on. Is I took him pretty late, like double-digit rounds. And
I don't think you reached for him.
But I took him for his legs. Like, if he does anything through the air, it's great. But, like, I'm hoping that he'll have a base of, like, 60 yards a game rushing. Like, you know, that's not too much to ask from a guy that's pretty mobile like that. I think that they do kind of make some plays just for him to scramble out of and get going. So, I hope that it works. But Cool. What you have Jalen Hurts.
I sure do. Yeah, I'm very high on Jalen this year.
He is
I took him over
probably
Kyler Murray even.
he is my favorite quarterback right now. I should say at the position that you get him. Of course, like I would take some people over him, but you're taking them in like the first or second round, second maybe third round.
Right.
But I think Jalen Hurts and maybe I'm big on all of the Broncos right now.
Oh, I am too. Yeah. Oh,
I
I
think
am
the
too,
Broncos
Tim.
are going to be like the best team out there.
Yep. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what that offense looks like. Cortland Sutton is going to be like a top 3 receiver, you guys. I know I keep saying that year to year, but
I was listening to a podcast and they said they always highlight where the actual pro leagues, like the ones that come out of Vegas and are for like if you place top 3, you get like $10,000. If you win, you get like $100,000 for playing fantasy football. A lot of those leagues are taking Cortland Sutton in like the third.
oh, I know. Yeah, everybody has him in their top 30 that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, we drafted earlier than we almost ever have this
We
year.
have. This is as early as we've gone in a while.
This is usually it's
It's
this
not like outrageous, but it's
it's a
earlier.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got everybody involved.
It was
So,
great. And I think in doing that, like getting everyone there, it wasn't, you don't have the holiday that you're trying to scramble around and like people are in and out and all that kind of stuff. I think it worked really well. But there is kind of that last week of stuff that happens.
Yep.
And I'm
People
really,
get shot.
I'm actually like happy that we ended up going when we did, just because I like the idea that you might have to trade super early on.
Yeah.
It to me that sounds amazing. That it's like something I love
I
trading.
think you're alone in that thing.
I know.
But
It's I am just a crazy person that likes to do that. But yeah. So do you have anything for your squad that you're looking for? I know that we just drafted, but like right now, just looking at it, and like anytime that you want to get rid of Brees Hall, you took him one pick before I was going to take him.
right, yeah, Brees Hall is someone
Right
I'm
in
looking
front
forward
of
to
you.
down the stretch. Maybe not making an impact right away, but I like him as a depth move, really. And I know he's a highly rated prospect coming into the season here.
Like
So
super highly rated.
yeah, he's up there.
Maybe overrated, but if he hits like he should on the Jets,
Yeah.
it could be amazing.
One of the guys that I'm really looking forward to on my team is it's actually AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
My assumption is based on Green Bay's usage last year is that he's going to be getting a lot of work. Maybe as much work as Aaron Jones, which I would be just fine with. And I keep hearing these, and I spoke a little bit about this on my draft grade. I kept hearing reports of Aaron Rodgers just freaking out on these new receivers that they drafted. Basically just saying they got to stop dropping passes, doesn't trust them.
I hear that's what he does every year. Like he basically just looks at the rookies and goes like, "Welcome to the bench."
Right.
And that's where you're going to be all year.
Sure. I hear that and I'm like, well, I know he likes throwing to Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. So I think 1,500 yards for each of them is in play.
I think AJ Dillon is one of my favorites for the simple thing that we are in a PPR.
Right.
And I think Aaron Jones gets a lot more of the ground and pound work, and AJ Dillon gets a lot more of the third like scat back work, but they'll both be running the ball. It's just I think if they need that third down, get 8 yards, it's going to be AJ Dillon catching it in the flats and running it, and that just gets you extra points.
Yeah, I'm banking on a lot of red zone stuff out of AJ Dillon too. The guy's like 250 pounds. Like, who wants to tackle that?
Yeah, I mean, there is a chance that he outshines Aaron Jones, just like you said.
He certainly did for a few games last year. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm excited to kind of see what that usage looks like this year.
The upside of him to me is also he is one of the only people, the only backs I should say, where if Aaron Jones gets hurt for 2 games, I don't think they use another I think they just use AJ
Yeah,
Dillon.
he's a league winner if Aaron Jones goes down.
Even for 3 games, it's
Yeah.
going to win you 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that you'll keep him for week 1 in your flex, or is
Yep,
there?
that's my plan. Yeah,
That's
it.
it.
I don't trust Brees Hall yet.
But so I will just tell you this. Last year, which I completely lost, I just do not see putting a running back in my flex, but the amount that he catches, I could see it, but there's almost
Right.
no one.
I agree with you. I usually like to have a wide receiver in my flex, but I kind of this is just the team I drafted, so I've kind of backed myself into a corner here.
Yeah, I mean, are you really gonna do Valdez Scantling like week
Right.
1 to
Yeah.
see what
And that would
actually
be the
happens?
alternative, or like a Marvin Jones. Yeah.
That's very true. That's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Well, that's fun. Who do you want to shout out? So, like, is there 2 things? Is there anything right now that is going on in your life that you want to be like, hey, we're doing something, or like my kid is selling Girl Scout cookies. We are part of a charity that we like to give money to, or even just like there's something that I just ran into that was amazing and I want you all to know about it. Do you have anything?
Right. No, and I love that you're giving me a platform for this, but honestly, nothing's really coming to mind.
Well, it's a platform to 10 other people that you probably already told this to. So
Right. Yeah.
it's not that
I'm
much
pretty
of a
sure you guys are all pretty keyed in on the happenings of Chris Stripes.
Yeah.
But
That's good. And then, do you want to shout out anyone in the league, as in like WWE style? I'm going to take you down, or like what were you thinking kind of shit with drafting, anything like that? It is your time, good sir.
I find myself doing this every year, and there's always a couple of guys that I watch in addition to my team as the draft kind of unfolds, and one of those is obviously John. I think I don't want to jinx it, but I think that this year could be a Strife Bowl. John has some weaknesses on his team, but I think that it's good enough that he can get some traction here. I think there's a good scenario where we each go deep in playoffs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a hot Strife Bowl. Has there ever been a Strife Bowl before?
No, I don't even know that we've played each other in playoffs yet.
Right. That is a hot take. Do you play him in the first 2 weeks? Like, do you play him twice this season, or do you play him once this season?
I don't think I do, so that helped.
Yeah. Wow. Strife
I
Bowl.
know the fans would like it, so.
Yeah. That would be amazing. The Cain and Abel Bowl. That is awesome. Well, the last thing that we do is side bet time. And so this will be the side bet going into week 1. So I think that starts, shout out, Crawleys are having everybody over for week 1.
Right,
so,
thank you for reminding everyone. Yep.
If you have not RSVP'd, I think it's just a text message, but let them know if you are going over. They host week 1 every year at their house, and it's always so much fun. Get there or get square. I don't know what they say. But, yes, this will be the side bet for that. Is there a preseason game yet to happen still?
No, we're done.
We're done. Okay, cool. So, you have 3 choices this year. Kind of 3 categories, I should say. And I'm actually going to screen share it real quick so that people can see them. Let's see here. Share screen. I will get better at this. Share. Okay, so.
There you go.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Beautiful. So this is the 3 different categories. The first one is you're rolling like we did last year. I just put those aside so there are 10 things that you can hit with a 10-sided dice. QB, defense, and kicker, highest starting only for those three. I don't know why people would have a secondary defense or kicker, but only your primary or your starting quarterback. Highest bench, that's one of my favorites. And then,
Yeah, mine too.
right? Most points for catches, that includes a interception for your defense, so that is the most catches. Passes caught, I should say. Rushing attempts, not yards, just the most. And this is all for all positions, but those are all starting positions. And then most TDs, starting positions again. Longest single play, rush or reception. Longest field goal I added this year. Lowest total starters and bench. Oof, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Lowest starting. Lowest
I don't think
amounts.
anyone's going to want to do that one week one.
No, that is one where it's like, I still won $20 because I won the side bet, but fuck, I lost by a lot. And then lowest amount of yards allowed, that is a new one as well. That is for a defense. So your starting defense, I'll look at how many yards were allowed running and passing for a defense, and that one wins. And then lowest starting quarterback, defense, and kicker, so the exact opposite of the highest starting. That is category number 1. Category number 2 is call your shot. The two examples that I have are, do you think you will get the highest, or who do you think will get the highest points? Winners would split it, but it's basically you choose a single player overall. It's just who picks the person that'll get the most, the highest amount of points. Call your shot number 2. What single player will get number 1 at their position? So you could say, I think Travis Kelce. We had some technical difficulties. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Beautiful. So call your shots. We went over those, and then the confidence pick sheets, which are the basically you pick who's going to win the game and how confident you are that they will win the game. And so you are basically able to kind of control your own destiny with that one. I like it a lot. It's probably the one that I will pick when I do a solo video. But yeah, let's.
Yeah, I'm a
what would you
gambling
like?
fan, Tim, so you know I'm gonna want to roll those dice.
Roll them dice. Okay, so
Unless
It
it
is-
sucks.
it was 1 through 10. We can just edit it out if it sucks. All right. So I'm gonna go back to no. We'll keep it here for now. Okay. So let's do. Oh my! How did I do that? Okay. So it is in here right now, and it is an 8. An 8 is. Let's go back here. What do you got for an 8, Chris?
It is. It sucks.
I don't know if it sucks. Lowest total.
We don't want that for week 1.
Okay. You know what? I'll let you do. You can choose.
Let me roll it again.
You want to re-roll? But
Roll it
it's
again.
got to be the second one.
Commissioner's choice.
Okay. So, roll them dice. Oh. Okay, ready? It is
Yeah.
a 3.
I think 3's good. I think 3's highest points.
I
or something.
think 3 is good. Let's see here. What do you got for 3?
3 is
Ooh.
most oppositions passes caught, including intercept. I like that one.
So all starters across the board, if they catch a pass, it counts, including defenses. So if your defense gets 3 interceptions, it counts as 3 towards it. I think the last time that we did this, someone's defense got like 5 interceptions that game. And
I vaguely remember.
right. It ended up being like a big part of it. Yeah. But that is.
All right, I'm happy with 3. 8 sucked. We're not doing 8.
8's like my favorite because
that's like when teams are in shambles. They start signing up for that one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No one's in shambles yet.
That is true. Last year I was in shambles a lot, so
Yeah,
that's probably
same
why
here.
I loved it.
That
so
would have
much.
been one I signed up for last year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as we draw to a conclusion, is there anything else that you want to chat about?
Um,
Any other shout outs for
I mean, I
anything?
like chatting. I mean, I'm happy to have a team again. I don't know if I'm in a minority there, but I sit and I look at you'll see I've already been very active on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fun to have a team again to look at.
I agree. I play fantasy baseball, which is like my off season of doing this, and because it wraps up perfectly. Right now, it is the semifinals for this week of fantasy baseball. Next week or the week after are like the actual wrapping up the entire season. So it ends up being like the perfect thing to do in the off season that gives you a little hit of fantasy football, but nothing quite does what fantasy football does.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's
No.
hard to compare anything to this.
Especially in this league. Like we all have other leagues that we're in.
I don't. I dropped all of them, Tim. This is my one and only.
No.
Yeah,
How
I dropped out
don't you
all
have
of
people asking you all the time? Like,
yeah, I do. But I'm like, no, waste of my time.
okay, that is hardcore. That you would just be like, one and done, baby.
Yep.
I'm out.
Yep. This is it.
Chris, this is also, I think, a perfect time for you to be able to create like kind of a sayonara salute to what we do at the end of every podcast. I've never done one, so what do you got? What is your attempt at a adios amigos kind of a thing?
Man, you put me on the spot.
Do you have a joke? Do you have a saying that you like? You have a joke, don't you? What's your joke?
No, I don't have a joke.
You don't have a joke?
I got a bunch of really racist jokes, but I'm not gonna
None of those. None of.
Yeah, we won't do that here. This is not the platform for that.
Episode 1 ends in racist jokes. No. Oh my god.
No, we won't be doing that. I don't know. I wish everyone good luck. I mean, I hope that no one's too disheartened when they see how good my team is. I hope you all stay in it, even though you watch my team rise to glory. It's hard to look at that from afar. I get it.
That is perfect. That is the humble brag, not so humble, mostly brag. Perfect. Well, thank you, Chris. And one question. How long have you been the commissioner of this fine Leeward Alumni Fantasy Football League?
Not actually that long. I think I started as commissioner after John. I took over for John.
Okay.
In 2015.
Okay.
So 7 years.
That's still a long time. And how long did John do it?
Probably about that long, I bet.
Wait, how long has the league been going?
Well, we have like officially and like unofficially.
Right.
Yeah, I think we started technically.
Because I think I have records for either 10 or 11 years.
Yeah, I want to say we started in like 2007 or 2008, but like it was like kind of a hodgepodge of guys.
Do you think it actually was going on in high school?
Yeah, I think I do. Because what year did Tom Brady tear his ACL? That was the first year we did it.
Oh, well, I'm going to Google machine that right now to see what year he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Okay. So what year? Okay. So 2008. 2008 season. 2008. So freshman, we had all.
We were like freshmen, and for those of us that went to college,
right.
Yeah, we would have been freshmen in college,
which makes sense because I believe that everyone kind of talks about this as the way that we all stay in communication
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, there's a purple jacket era, right? And that's kind of what started in 2013. And
I think
I
that's right.
yeah, I think that's kind of what we all think of when we think of the Lured Alumni Fantasy Football League.
I live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
exactly. With
Yeah.
that, I bid you adieu.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Great idea here.
Was this fun?
It was fun. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's all I'm
Thank
looking
you for
for.
setting it up.
Of course. Okay, I'll try to have this out ASAP.
All right. Sounds
Talk
good.
to you soon.